I love reviewing Sofirn products because there's nothing bad I can say about them. Welcome back to Shul Lights. This is going to be a pretty quick video because there's just not a lot to say. You know whether you're in the market for this light or not because it's just an amazing value and it is what it is. It's just like no frills. It's just a great little EDC light. You can see it's not very big. And it's a cool white emitter. This is the Sofirn SC18, and it's got a very classic interface, which I actually love. You click to turn it on, you press and hold, and it cycles through 3 modes, so a low, medium, and a high. And then there's a couple hidden modes. There's a hidden moonlight, so when it's off, you press and hold, you can get into that moonlight, and you can leave the moonlight, so if you press and hold again, it'll go into the main group. Love that. And when you're in the main group, a double click will take you to turbo. So that's all perfect. There's also a hidden strobe. If you tap 3 times, 1, 2, 3, you get yourself a strobe. And there's a lockout on 4 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it confirms that it's locked out. And anytime you press, it flashes to confirm it's in lockout. I loathe flashlights that when they're in lockout don't notify me they're in lockout. You gotta blink or something. You gotta tell me they're in lockout. Otherwise, I think the battery's dead. So 1, 2, 3, 4 again. We'll get it back out. 1, 2, 3, 4. It confirms by flashing again and then turning on. This flashlight came with a Sofirn branded battery. There it is. It's an 18650. It's 3000 milliamp hours. I'm sure it's a rewrap of some reputable company because I've tested Sofirn batteries in the past and they've always lived up to their stated values. It's got a charging floppy doodle on the back, so you don't have to carry a charger with you. It's USB-C, and there's an included USB-C cable in the box. It came with a lanyard inside, a little tiny manual pamphlet. And that's about it. I mean, it's just what it is. It's super well made. So this is a ready-to-go flashlight. I love the way they did the back here. It's nice and flat for tail standing, but it's got this kind of hidden little hole set here for the lanyard if you want to use it. Good flashlight. Solid. Let's do some quick tint measurements, and you'll see that it's slightly above BBL, but it is also a very cool emitter, around 6,000, so you won't really notice it as green. It's going to look more kind of a cyan hue. And let's take a look on the lumen tube. Moonlight is coming in around 3.3 lumens. That's a little higher than I would like. I like my moonlight to be 2 lumens or less, and I really like it to be 1 lumen or less. But I'll still say that that's a moonlight. That's not egregious. That's not horribly high. Now, if I press and hold, we'll go to low, and low is 80 lumens. Medium is 300 lumens about. Go again. We go to high at about 650 to 700 lumens. And then if I press, it goes back to low again. So let's double tap to go to turbo. And we got ourselves 1450 lumens. Let's watch for ANSI. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we're about 10 seconds in. It's not dropping that fast. This is really respectable. We're still 1400 lumens and we're about 20 seconds in. We're in the final 10 seconds. I think it's going to stay at 1400. And ANSI. So $13.99 at ANSI. That's so respectable for an inexpensive light like this. Okay, we're outside and it's time for some beam shots. I've got a Zebra Light SC64 CLE. This is an Samsung LH351D emitter at 4000K. Then we've got the Sofirn SC18 with an SST40, and this is at 6500K. And then we've got Sofirn SC32, also with an SST40, but this time at 5000K. All right, let's take a look. As always, I'll remind you that I've got the exposure locked and the color temperature locked at daylight. This tree here is about 20 meters away. The second tree on the left here that my finger's on is 55 meters away. And then that distant tree line of 4 palm trees in the back, that's 150 meters. I don't think any of these are going to make it that far, but let's take a look. Let's go straight to turbo with the zebra light, and here's the zebra light at 20 meters. Here's the zebra light at 55, and I don't know, I don't think I'm making those palm trees in the back. It doesn't look like I am to me. Now let's take a look at the two Sofirn lights. Let's take a look at the SC18 first, and I'll go straight to turbo. Oh wow, that's a lot brighter than the zebra was. And then here is the 55 meter mark, and then I think I'm just, yep, I'm barely making it, but I'm making that 150 meters. I can see those palm trees in the back are lit up a little bit. Quick side by side with the zebra versus the Sofirn SC18. Let's go to turbo on both. Let's hit that tree, and then here is the Sofirn. You can see the difference. The difference is much different. Okay, here's the Sofirn. Wow, it's just a much brighter light, the Sofirn SC18. Now let's do the SC18 versus the SC32. The SC32 has the tint that I like. There you go. They've got very similar beam styles. You can see that the beams are not that different, but the SC32, it's just warmer. It's just a warmer light. So the SC18 is on left of frame here, and the SC32 is on right of frame. The beams are just so similar, even though the optics look different when you look at them. This one has a traditional looking TIR, and this one has kind of a ridged TIR, but I don't see much difference in practice. I suppose the SC32 is just a hair more floody, but I mean, the SC32 seems to be throwing almost the same. So there you go. There you go. I would say between these two, these are very comparable, but the SC18 is better if you want cool white, and the SC32 is better if you want more of a natural white. Readily available on Amazon. I looked it up. It was $29, and it was same-day delivery, at least in my area. So, yeah, you need a little tiny EDC light, something that won't break the bank, something that's solid, has a great UI. Sofirn SC18. Go get it. If the cool white emitter is a deal breaker, then watch out for tomorrow's video that I'm going to be releasing on the SC32. This has a natural white emitter that you might like better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.